It is one of the fastest, most effective ways to find kidnapped kids, helping to get hundreds of them back home safely. This month is marking the 20th anniversary of the Amber Alert here in California. Over those 2 decades, the CHP has become the leader in enhancing the system with cutting-edge technology.
In tonight's Fox 40 Focus, Rowena Shaddix takes us back to the case that inspired the Amber Alert and speaks with the California mother whose daughter's abduction was the catalyst for bringing it here.
The kidnapping of 9-year-old Amber Hagerman happened in Arlington, Texas in 1996.
Almost instantly, we knew we were dealing with a very serious child abduction.
Retired Tarrant County Sheriff Dean Anderson was an Arlington police officer at the time who helped search for Amber. He was also instrumental in creating the Amber Alert system. He remembers that Saturday afternoon when Amber was abducted.
And we really had no way to push a lot of information out instantly.
But there were no TV newscast schedules until hours later. No cell phones, no social media, just bulletins among law enforcement agencies until Dallas area stations reported the story.
Why the Amber Alert began was because of the frustration that we couldn't notify the public in a quicker manner. I mean, this was a tailor-made case. You know, often said if we'd have been smart enough to think of the Amber plan before this happened, we might have gotten her back, because we actually had an eyewitness and a vehicle description. If we could have gotten that out very quickly to the masses, to the public, someone might have seen that pickup truck with her in it.
Following around-the-clock searches, Amber's body was found the following week. The sheriff says after several months of hard work, the Amber Alert system evolved from the same system used to warn about tornadoes and other severe weather.
I never used the word something good come out of her death, but something that would help other children, would maybe lessen the pain, and it certainly has, I know, for Donna, her mother.
How could you look in my little girl's tearful eyes and do what you did to her?
She's spoken on that subject many times, that she feels so much better knowing that this program named after her daughter and created because of her daughter has saved, I don't know, 1,000 kids.
6 years later, in July of 2002, 5-year-old Samantha Runyon was abducted from outside her home in Stanton, California, in Orange County. Her body was found the very next day. With the 20th anniversary this month of Samantha's kidnapping, there are so many memories that fill the heart of her mother, Erin.
It's hard to imagine, but be brave comes from Samantha. My mom used to say, be brave, have fun, when she took her to school, and Samantha just owned be brave. She told her little brother every day, be brave. She'd leave us notes to be brave, and that's what echoes in my daily life.
Her daughter's death would not be in vain.
46% of the election.
Just 3 days after, Governor Gray Davis called Erin to tell her he would be signing Amber Alert into law in California.
And less than 2 weeks later, the first 2 girls were rescued as a result.
In memory of her daughter, Runyon founded the Joyful Child Foundation, which is dedicated to preventing crimes against children through programs that educate and empower families.
That was a catalyst for me too, because it made me realize that something significantly positive and proactive can actually happen as a result of such a senseless tragedy.
Jack Officer Hamilton.
Here at CHP headquarters in Sacramento, this is the Nerve Center that handles possible Amber Alert emergencies.
Hey, Sarge. Possible Amber Alert.
Sergeant Matthew Whitworth trains officers on how to respond. He says it's both daunting and rewarding.
Very good to see how many kids have been safely recovered. We have a 97% recovery rate for our children here.
In the 20 years that the Amber Alert has been around, it has been instrumental in bringing more than 370 kids safely back home. Sheriff Anderson credits California for being the first to get the Amber Alerts on freeway signs. Texas has since followed.
A lot of guys worked very hard and came up with the cutting-edge technology. And we are the first state. That's why we're the leader in Amber Alerts currently. We're the first state to use the wireless emergency alert and launch that onto a Twitter page.
Well, this is something that will live on beyond all of us, and will be a legacy that we can leave behind, at least to help other children when they're in danger.
a legacy of reuniting families with the kids they're so desperate to find. Rowena Shaddix, Fox 40 News.
And there is specific criteria which must be met in order for an abduction to qualify for an Amber Alert. The investigating law enforcement agency must confirm an abduction occurred. The victim must be 17 or younger, and there must be an immediate danger of injury or death to that victim.